quick question. If Africa is not a big deal, why are you typing essays? The weirdest part about this whole Africa conversation isn't the surprise. It's the defensiveness. Let's get something straight. Nobody insulted America. Nobody disrespected you. Nobody said Africa is better. So why are you acting like you just got exposed? It was threat response. Nobody gets this defensive unless something they believe just broke. And defensiveness only shows up when something hits a nerve. That's why I jumped to do a follow-up video. I had to set the record straight. Here's the thing. Suddenly the comment section has turned into a courtroom, just seeing Africa looking normal and modern. And that's how you know something got hit. Because when people are confident, they don't argue this hard. I've been seeing it in the comments. They saying it's just one city. Why are they hiding the real Africa? This gotta be staged. That's not the real Africa. Wait till he goes to the villages. Says who? CNN from 2004? You were raised on one version of Africa. That wasn't education, that was branding. And instead of saying, damn, maybe I didn't know as much as I thought, a lot of people went straight to, yeah, but America still. Yeah, but poverty. Yeah, but corruption. Why are we racing? Africa didn't challenge you. Africa didn't audition. Africa didn't ask to be ranked. Why does it need to be flawless to be acknowledged? Why is normal so threatening? Why are we doing this? Be honest with yourself for a second. Then the comparison starts. Then came the flexing. Well, our GDP, well, our military, well, our technology. That yeah, but is doing the heavy lifting. Why is Africa existing outside your expectations feel like a personal attack? Be honest with yourself for a second. What you're watching right now isn't culture shock. It's ego shock, my brother. Because for a lot of Americans, the continent of Africa wasn't just a place, it was a position, a lower position. It was a reference point, a psychological safety net. As long as somewhere is worse, we're okay. This is what insecurity sounds like. Confident people don't argue with reality, they observe it. And now that hierarchy is wobbling on camera in 4K. That's why this hit different. Other countries watched and said, interesting. Americans said, hold on. Because America doesn't just consume content, it defines the frame. And for the first time, the frame wasn't American. Africa gets no nuance, no complexity, no range, no contradictions. It must be frozen in its worst moments forever. That's not analysis, that's comfort. You don't judge America by its worst neighborhoods. You don't define Europe by its poorest town. But suddenly Africa must be measured by its lowest moments only. Ask yourself why. You already know the answer. The jokes aren't jokes, they're shields. Sarcasm is what people use when they don't know how to process a loss. And this felt like a loss, not of money or power, of certainty. What's wild is how fast some people switch to minimizing. It's just Nairobi, it's just Cape Town, it's just one area. Okay, and Africa isn't waiting. Africa isn't behind. Africa isn't frozen in time. It's moving with or without permission. And that realization messes with people who are raised believing the world has a fixed order. Do you judge America by its worst trailer park or its best cities? Or do you conveniently switch standards depending on who you're talking about? Exactly. And look, this isn't anti-American. America has culture, innovation, influence. But confidence doesn't panic when it sees competition. Only insecurity does. And right now, the comment sections allow with insecurity. So when you see defensive comments, don't take them personally. You're not arguing with facts. You're arguing with someone's worldview unraveling in real time. And that's always loud, emotional, and messy. Like I said in that last video, and I'll keep repeating this moment right here, this moment isn't about Africa needing validation. It's something bigger, brother. It's about America and the entire West learning how to exist in a world where it's not the narrator anymore. And judging by the comments, that adjustment is not going smoothly. If this made you uncomfortable, good. If you're defensive, sit with it. And if you're typing, yeah, but you already answered the question. Now talk to me. Why do you think people are getting so defensive? Say it plainly. Drop your take on the comments below. Let's see who's actually honest in here. If you're still here, you clearly like real talk. Don't just watch, lock in. Hit that subscribe so that you don't miss the next one.